Welcome to the second last lesson of the unit. So we're going to start looking at the surface area and volume of a cone. Yes, be still your beating heart. I know you've been waiting for this all year long. For those who don't know, a cone is a three-dimensional object with a circular base and a curved lateral surface that looks like the base of a point called a vertex. Obvious example is an ice cream cone because, gee, it's a cone. The only difference between an ice cream cone and a mathematical cone is that this end is filled in. But if it was filled in real life, where would your ice cream go? The ground. That's right. If you have a look at the EQAO formula sheet, you're going to see this entry beside what a cone looks like. Notice it's got a little funky little S there. And that is referred to as the slant height. And you'll see it makes a marvelous appearance here. Be careful, it is an S and not a 5. So calculate the surface area of the cone from the formula sheet, pi rs plus pi r squared. This one's nice, and the slant height was given to you. Cool. Suppose I really could make it 10 pi, but we're just going to make it 31.4159 meters squared. Huzzah. Calculate the surface area of this cone. Oh, look at that. They don't give you S. Those big meanies. So a squared plus b squared, tabernacle, b squared equals c squared, and 24 squared plus 7 squared. Oh, now my life can go on. I have S. I don't know why I'm putting another R in there. I want to get rid of R. R's been bad. Pi by R. And you can put this right into your calculator and not really have to worry about it, because your calculator will do the algebra for you. If you really need to see the steps, I suppose you could give me a holler, but at this point, I feel comfortable that you guys can do this. So there's something out there called a frustum, and it will be the source of your frustrations. It's the part that remains after the top portion has been removed by making a cut parallel to the base. Calculate the surface area of this frustum to the nearest whole number. I'm not going to be bothered with it because all I'm really doing is the same thing 3 times. But the frustum so you take the surface area of the whole thing and minus the surface area of the small one. Now you do have to be a little careful because there's surface area plus area of the circle at the top. I might swing back for this after the lesson, depending on how long it is, but we're really just applying the same formula twice and doing subtraction stuff. Hopefully that's enough instruction for you. Yeah. Okay, volume of a cone is the same thing as the volume of the cylinder divided by 3. Why is that? Yeah, that's the wrong formula. Divide by 3. Who proofread these notes? Gotta fire that guy. Anyways. So determine the volume of this here coney, round to 1 decimal type thing. Okay, so volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Radius is 4. Nice of them to give it to us. Well, it's just a straightforward example. Well, huzzah. Meters cubed. Likewise, this one requires a touch more effort. One-third pi. Got to remember that your radius is half. Oops. Well, if I'm going to fix one, let's fix both. Hopefully it's good enough. 20. I might try fixing that in post-production. We'll make that a 4. All right, see if we can fix that 5. Yay! There we go. There. Okily dokily. Example 2. Base of the cone has a diameter of 10 centimeters. Slant is 13. Determine the volume. Yeah, I like when I do things that make sense. So it means we got to figure out what h is. And we call on our friend, Mr. Pythagorean, and say, hey, dude, can you help me? Hopefully, I'm not blowing anybody's mind here. 13 squared is 169, 5 squared is 25, and bringing it over is minus 25. For those of you who are able to do this, go for it. You have my blessings. I can die a happy man if you do that. No, don't worry. My happiness only hinges on it. Volume equals 1/3. And now we're back to regular muckety muck. Radius of 5. Oh, I forgot my squared. That's better. Times 12 equals 314.2. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough about cones. I'm sure you're all finished with it. And here is the homework for today's work. Notice it's spread over 2 pages because we just covered 2 separate lessons. They were that short. Okay. For those who are keen, who want to see it, I'm going to go back and do that frustum question. But if you're happy and you know it, then feel free to just move on. Oh, that was a frustum question. Okay. So I need to know the heights of the 2 little doodads. 10 squared plus 6 squared equals s squared. S squared equals 136. S equals Okay, and the big one is, or sorry, I guess the small one. We'll call it SS and SL. So S squared. What's that? 429. All right. So area equals. Yeah. But I gotta add that frustum back in, right? Because this formula figures out this whole cone as though that part is on it. If you know how to adjust the formula, because really that's just part here, then you can deal with it. But since I didn't teach it that way, and I'm not sure how comfortable you folk are with this, I'm going to put it back in. Now I'm cheating here a little bit. I really should be carrying 4 decimal places, but I'm pretty much done, and I know how my things are going to be affected by what I'm doing, which sounds very vague, and I do apologize. But I know that the number of decimal places isn't going to be affected by me adding or subtracting. Okay, and see, just finishing that one question plus added another 4 minutes to the video, which is why I did it afterwards. For those of you who haven't fallen asleep during this exciting time, good on you. Go grab yourself a Coke or a coffee or a Red Bull or something. Get yourself some energy, and then go do some math. Have a good one.